Hello and welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff. Today we're going to go ahead and continue with part 3 of building the Adventure in Transylvania set. This is a Lego set 910049. This is part of the Bricklink Designer Series 5, if I can speak today. We've gotten all the way through bags 1 through 17 done. There's 48, so we got a ways to go. So let's go ahead and let's hit that like button or the Rumble button if you're watching on Rumble. And let's switch cameras and let's get started. I sincerely hope that each one of you is having a great morning. I am having a kind of a weird morning. I had to get up really early, so I'm tired. Spencer had to work today, and he was not able to get a ride from his normal people that give him rides. So I woke up rather early and got him to work. So yeah, I'm feeling the effects, but I'm not upset or anything. I totally get the fact that he needs help once in a while. Okay, let's see. What do we... Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the instructions. That is one thing about this set that I don't know if I've really shared with you guys, but the instructions are completely frustrating. There's just not a whole lot. They had you spin this thing around a lot. Sometimes they didn't highlight the pieces and where they go. And when they did highlight the pieces and where they go, a lot of times the color is so close to the black color on here that it is very difficult to see where it goes. And I mean, that's just what I'm going through to get this done. But you know what? This is a great set. So I'm glad to have a copy of it. I'm glad that Lego took this project on, because this is one of those fan submitted ideas, and they don't have to do these sets, but they do, and I appreciate it. Oh, well, I checked the news right before I started my day, or started this live stream, and I noticed that the government shutdown continues, and that's frustrating because, once again, my wife's a federal employee, and I used to be a federal employee, and the reason that it still affects me is that once you lose your job or quit your job, you separate your employment from them. They're supposed to cut you a check for the vacation time that you did not use but accrued, and that's going to be a sizable check for me, and that is held in limbo while all this craziness goes on. So a little disappointed, but I mean, and that's not, again, if you hear what I'm saying, I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying that it's frustrating on a personal level because I'm not getting paid. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see it. Here we go. Okay. Well, my plans for the day is I'm going to go out to the shop after this, and I'm going to start working on the city video that's supposed to be released for Wednesday. I'm a little behind. Usually by now I'm editing that video, but I've had so much going on this week that that's just where I'm at. It's not a bad thing. I'll definitely get it done. So this set so far has some really cool mechanics to it. Let me show you. So you've got, oh, well, first of all, I'm tearing off pieces by moving it. Okay, let's put this back. Okay, so the coffin lid's not built yet, but the coffin lid usually is right here. And you pull this lever, and Dracula, he rises from his coffin, rises from the dead. I think that's pretty cool. It's sick and sweet in its own way. Well, I hurt my foot the other day from stepping on Lego. And so I went to the doctor, and he told me just to block out the pain. And I hope that you guys had a good Halloween yesterday. Probably most of us don't trick or treat anymore, but I do hope that you still had a good time yesterday. Maybe if you handed out candy, that kind of thing. In my neighborhood, because I'm so remote, I've been here 4 years, and not a single kid has knocked on my door for candy. We had hundreds of kids, man. Well, that's cool, John. But you live like in the subdivision, if I remember right. That's cool, though. I mean, I'm glad someone had a good time. Did you dress up at all, or you just pass out candy? I mean, what was your participation level like? In fact, I didn't even know. I kind of forgot it was Halloween because, like I said, no one really stops by. So I called my sister, and we didn't have a very long conversation. And man, her door was going crazy. Of course, she lives in a neighborhood, so that's different than where I'm at. But yeah, I just totally forgot. I mean, my youngest is 21, so I don't really know. I don't know what it's like to have small kids anymore. My grandkids, they don't live real close, so. But I am going to call my granddaughter today and ask her about Halloween and see how she did. Oh, shoot. All right. Oh, all right. These directions, like I said, they're confusing. They're not doing very well. So are you working today, John? Or I know it's Saturdays. I know sometimes you work Saturdays, but are you working today, or what you doing today, John? Nope, just chilling and cleaning the grime off my cabinets. Dog paw. Okay. Yeah. This staircase is very elaborate. This level's pretty cool, and the next level above it, like I said, I've already built this, so it's pretty dang cool. In fact, I already released my review video on this set. I released it last night at midnight, and then I'm working on editing the time-lapse build. Oh, you were tempted to see Back to the Future. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, growing up, my mom, she had a copy of it on VHS. Imagine that, how old that is. So we grew up watching. I mean, I've seen Back to the Future so many times, I could probably quote most of it to you. But I love the movie. And John says, IMAX tomorrow, but I really have no desire to spend $25 on it. Yeah, I get you, John. With the way things are going and how tight money is getting in general, I mean, yeah, I can see that, man. Okay, no. Let's see here. All right, now we're doing the coffin lid. Oh, I got a friend who makes constant what we consider petty purchases for his Legos. He'll spend double on a case for his stuff or a display. Yeah, I actually wished I could have glass displays. And I say that because where I live, the dust is so bad. That's part of the reason I don't have my Lego collection back out like I used to. I'm tired of dusting it. But I don't know how much. I don't even know how much those glass displays even cost. I'm afraid to ask. It's going to be like that story. I think it was Rockefeller or Carnegie. You know, when someone asks, "How much did your yacht cost?" and he says, "If you have to ask, you can't afford it." I'm almost afraid that's going to be that situation. $200. Jeez. Yeah, I need to order me probably a couple hundred of those, and on top of it, a brand new house to fit it all, or a warehouse. But it is cool, though. Don't get me wrong. I ain't knocking the idea. I've seen plenty of YouTubers and YouTube videos where people have put their stuff in glass cases, and I actually think it's just an excellent idea if you could swing it. Okay. All right, so we have the coffin lid sort of on there. For some reason, it's not going on there, and I try to force it, and it just ain't happening. I will have to fix that later because I have no idea. If I had the cash, yeah, me too. If I had the money, I think it's actually a great idea. because a lot of them come with those LED lights on the inside, so you can just flip a switch and you can see your whole entire collection pretty easily. And if I ever get back to the point where I've got my Lego sets back out, I'm going to organize them differently. I'd like to do like the themes. Like, you know, this shelf is space, the next one's castle, next one's city, so on and so forth. I think that would be pretty cool too. And why don't I see? Oh, there it is. I knew I didn't. They're not gonna skip a they're gonna skip a pair of legs on a Lego figure. I've never had that missing. Plenty of other things missing in sets, but not minifigure parts. Okay. So we have this gal here. She has a satchel on the side. There we go. Not really sure what she's supposed to be or who she is or any of that, but this makes minifigure number 6, and there are a total of 15 in this set. So quite a bit going on here. And I was a bit disturbed last night. Right before I went to bed, YouTube suggested a video to me, and it was just a few minutes long. So I thought, it can't hurt. So I went ahead and watched the video. It did hurt. It hurt because the video I was watching, this YouTuber's also building a Lego city. And I swear every single time I announce something, this guy who's sponsored by Lego and has way more subs, so he's got the money to do it, he just hurries up and starts a project right after I announce it. Usually takes him about a week and a half. But I just watched his video, and 2 things that I mentioned in the last 2 weeks, he all of a sudden is doing it too. So it's hard though, John. I mean, in a way, I have to announce it. But yeah, I guess I could do surprises, but yeah, I guess I gotta find something to do about it. I mean, I certainly can't stop the guy, nor would I want to. I mean, just because he's doing it doesn't mean he's going to do a great job at it. In fact, I'm not going to mention what project it is because I'm not trying to give away his identity. But because again, I don't normally call out people. I mean, I will if it comes down to it, but no, I usually don't. And in keeping with that, I don't want to give away too much so you guys figure out who it is. I know one of you already know. But what he did, I announced that I was going to build a certain something, and he all of a sudden it was 6 days after, he announced, "Oh yeah, I'm doing it." And his attempt at it was lame. And I don't mean to make fun of anybody, but like he didn't add much to it. And he's like, "Look how cool this is." So anyway, sorry, I'm not gonna say anything more than that because I ain't trying to be a bitter person, but it's just annoying when you have original ideas and other people try to come up and pass it off as original. It's like, yeah, okay, well, if it just happened once, maybe twice, I would say coincidence, because after all, there is only so many ideas out there. But the fact that this is like the 5th or 6th time that this guy has announced stuff right after I announce it, I'm not believing in coincidences anymore. Not at all. I have wait. Oh, I'll do the IMAX tomorrow at 1:55. I go in, so in the AM, so I'm not charged. Okay, so it's kind of like a matinee in a way. Is that what? Would that be an accurate way of putting it? She has a head on. Yeah. John says, "Don't announce it. I like your surprises. I have a New York tour guide that won't announce because other YouTubers do the thing also, and he wants to be surprised." Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. But I'll tell you one thing: as a Lego collector, and I'm gonna switch subjects. So, sorry, it's kind of awkward there. As a Lego collector, the biggest problem I have is sorting because I've just got so many piles that need to be sorted. I'm actually making a little bit of progress on it. So yeah. And I actually put away, I would say, close to 200 different little drawers, that mean categories of pieces, because that's how I put them away, is by category and color. If you book your ticket on app, then you're charged a service fee for reserving a seat. Okay. If you go in, you're not. Okay, that makes sense. But do they have those comfortable chairs? Because when I went, Mrs. Chip and I, we used to be really big moviegoers. Not so much anymore because we don't live close to each other. But when we used to go, typical theater, the metal seats with a little bit of cushion on it, and by the time you sat there for a couple hours watching a movie, your butt hurt. It seemed like those chairs would grow teeth over time. And then all of a sudden, there was a place. I'm trying to remember. It was like the Springfield Town Center in Virginia, and they come up with this really comfy seats. And I'm talking about the super comfy seats, ones that have a button on the side and it reclines and almost into a bed. And it's like first class seating on an airplane almost. Yeah. And John says, nope, my shitty theater does not. Another reason to discourage me from going. Well, I'm not trying to discourage you, John. You do your thing, man. If you want to go see the movie, Back to the Future, that's a good film. So, Oh, Cosmic Bricks, how's it going? The channel progression has begun. All right. What kind of progress are you seeing? And what I always forget, what time is it right now in where you're at in Great Britain? Because we set our clocks back an hour tonight. Yeah, so don't forget that. I hate that, but oh well, I'm just one person. They ain't gonna listen to me. Oh, okay. All the other theaters around me have the reclining seats. Mine's old and does not. Well, that's a bummer, John. Because like I said, I love it. Every time I say that, I think of Naked Gun 33 1/3. I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it. I posted my first video. All right, okay, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, keep it up, man. What's the video about? Oh, quick introduction about myself. Okay, all right. What about when they, someone's giving a speech or something, and they're introducing the speaker, and they say, "A man who needs no introduction." So that's not you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, my silly ass humor. Speaking of silly ass humor, I do have some news of the weird for us, and I guess eventually we'll get to it. I shouldn't be awake. It's 4:27 p.m. Oh, well. I shouldn't be awake either. But my son needed a ride to work, so I braved the elements. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's nothing to brave. It wasn't that bad. It was a bit chilly. But you know what's awesome is my truck. It heats up so fast that by the time I drive it to the highway, I'm already getting a little bit of warm air out of it. I think it has an auxiliary heat, like a electric, that works for the first little bit until the truck warms up. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because it really doesn't take that long. I wake up about 11. Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I hope you have a great day. All right, we've got a sticker coming up here, and it's a portrait of Dracula. There you go. Yeah, thanks, Owen. I hope you have a good one too. It's taken me a while because this PDF file is slowing the heck out of my computer. So I'll run the dial and it'll take its poor sweet time. Okay, I think yeah, I did mess that up. Okay, let's put the right color on there. I'm not colorblind, but you'd swear I am sometimes. All right. Well, let's do a News of the Weird, shall we? Okay. Zimbabwean opposition lawmaker and poet Desiree Moyo, 45, lost his life in a bizarre accident in the early morning hours of October 10th. As Moyo and 4 others drove along, I cannot pronounce that, some highway, they crashed into an elephant. The other occupants of the car were injured. One of them was said the elephant was struck on its backside, after which it turned around and started fighting the car. It is believed that the elephant's angry reaction did most of the damage and led to Moyo's demise. Oh, wow. That is tragic, because I mean, I'm sure he didn't like wake up that morning and say, yeah, let me upset an elephant to the point where it hurts me. That is just tragic. It really is. Okay, so we're going to go a little crazy here on the arches. And John says, I just checked. Booking a ticket is almost $30 with tax and the booking fee. Dang, man. They really want to get you coming or going, don't they? $30. I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't think I'd pay that. They say, John, the old saying is, I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Well, that's definitely me today. No, I'm just kidding. So why should I see it? Yeah, for $30. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with you, John. I mean, that is a lot of moolah. I just think of all the Lego I could buy. Just kidding, John. You also have the movie. Well, in that case, I mean, to each his own, but I guess I know I wouldn't go if I had it already at my house. I'd just watch it in the comfort of my own home, where I could have a glass of water instead of crappy soda and those nachos where the cheese don't melt. So you wondering what it's done to your insides once you stick it in your mouth. Yeah, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to ruin the experience, John, but I mean, I really do think that their nachos and stuff is disgusting. Okay. Do you have the whole series? Because wasn't there 3 of them, if I remember right? Okay. Yes, I recently ordered all 3 movies in 4K Steelbook. How much do those cost again? I know you've told me, but I don't own any of the Steelbooks, and I just wonder, like, what is the cost? And is Star Wars available? The original, not. I'm sorry, Kathleen Kennedy, you've ruined it for me. I really don't care about any of the ones that Kathleen Kennedy's been involved in making. I only like the ones that Lucas was directly. Okay, so we need to make 2 of these. Oh, okay. So, okay. So do they do like kind of like Lego where they're not continuously in print? Even when, because I don't know if you guys noticed, even when a Lego set is not retired, it's still available. It's not really truly available because they run out. They do a production batch, is what I've heard, and they'll do like maybe 50, sometimes only 20,000 copies, and then they'll distribute them to the stores and all that. And once they sell out, if they don't have it in the warehouse anymore, you're just SOL until they decide if they're going to do another batch. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just say, okay, we've had a good run. Okay, it's retired now. And then there you go. Yeah, because I was talking to a store manager. He's since retired when I lived in Virginia. And he told me that's how they do it, is they have a production schedule, and they'll just do, they'll do thousands of copies at the same time, but it goes to the Lego warehouse, and that's where they slowly deplete the reserves of what they built up. Of course, granted, that's if it's not wildly popular. If it's wildly popular, it just sells out, and then they gotta decide, oh, do we need another production run? Well, Lucas was also a problem. He did the first one, and the last 2 directed by other people in the OG. I flip and hate the prequels. Oh yeah, I don't really care for the prequels that much either. Attack of the Clones was okay, but the Phantom Menace lived up to its name. It was a menace. That hurt like, oh my gosh, dude. Okay. Well, we've got 20 bags done, and we're open 21. So we're moving along slowly but surely. I have not decided whether I'm doing a live stream tomorrow morning to kick this off. I think I'm, well, I don't know. It depends on how busy I am tomorrow, or today, I should say, and how much I get done. I really need to get a lot done. I filmed the whole entire speed build of building this because I have 2 copies of it, and there's 21,000 something pictures in the original. I've already removed 3,000 because I'm really careful when I do my time lapses. I don't want them to be long. That's not my point. My point is to be entertaining. And so I don't care if I get every single shot in there or not. What I do is, like when like if I'm building something, I have to turn the page and my hand's up here turning the page, I always delete that from the thing, because that actually, believe it or not, if you're building a large set, that could be hundreds of pictures, and that adds time to the time lapse. And I know that all of us have a very limited attention span. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just, I know that we're all busy. So I eliminate unnecessary steps. And then that way you get the meat and potatoes of the build instead of just mindless filler. Okay, this is just crazy. I don't know if I told you this, but man, they make me flip this thing around so many freaking times. I feel like I'm flipping burgers. I mean, Lego. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad job flipping Legos. I kind of do that through my Bricklink store. Oh my goodness, So I do not ever connect my phone to Wi-Fi, and mainly because Wi-Fi is does not mean secure. In fact, a lot of times it's not. And so, just for security reasons, I don't normally connect to Wi-Fi. And this latest update they did with the Android, my phone now seeks out Wi-Fi, and if it doesn't have a password, it automatically logs me in. So I'll walk around a store, and all of a sudden, I'll look at my phone, and it'll run really sluggishly, and it won't, because the Wi-Fi signal is real weak in certain parts of the store, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I'll look, and oh yeah, my Wi-Fi's been turned on, and they literally buried the option to disable that, but I found it and I disabled it, so my phone is no longer turning on. I mean, I'm talking about I had the Wi-Fi turned off and it would turn itself on, not that it was just roamed because I had it on. It was very annoying. I don't like all these updates they do, and quite personally, I don't see the value in a lot of these updates that they do. Okay, while this thing is turning the page, I'm going to grab some water. Okay, and I also spent money on my desktop. I'm on my laptop right now. I spent money on my desktop doing the, upgrading the RAM. So I now have 96 megabytes of RAM on my computer. I'm hoping that helps out when I do these time lapses, because as of right now, it's not that great. When I do these time lapses, it a lot of times takes a really long time. So anyway, I'm hoping that helps. Well, you guys remember my story about the last time I went to Texas, my brakes went out and I had to spend the night in the parking lot of a strip mall where there was a place to get it fixed. Well, I was just watching the news the other day, and I guess I'm very lucky. I mean, there were homeless people around, and they did bother me a little bit. And I don't mean bother me because they stunk or anything. I mean, bothered me as like wouldn't leave me alone. And am I really missing a piece, Lego? I really am missing a piece. Anyway, that was not a safe area because I've been watching the news, and unfortunately, that part of Albuquerque keeps coming up in the news, and some bad stuff's been happening. So, yeah, there is no. I didn't miss the piece; it's just not here. Okay, well, it's a stupid 1x2 plate. I think here's an extra one because I opened this bag right up over here, and anyway, I've got it. It's good. But yeah, that part of Albuquerque is not a very safe area, and I was there and spent the night in the freaking parking lot. I was there from 11 p.m. until they opened at 9 a.m. And what was really bad was, get this, the gas stations around that area that I was sitting in, they had armed guards. It was just a really bad area. John, what's it like living where you live? I don't. You don't have to tell. I know where you live, but don't say exactly or anything. I'm just asking, like, what's it like there? I mean, like, um, is it a lot of beach going people? Spring break, does it get busy there? That kind of thing. Like, what's it like to live there? And if you see any hot girls, can you give me some phone numbers? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around, guys. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. We're putting this wall on right here. That's what we're doing. Instead of it being brick built, it just has plates with some decorations on the side. It's actually pretty cool. You'll see it when it's done. I have to admit, man, I'm dead tired. When Spencer gets off work today and I pick him up, which he should be getting off shortly after I'm done with this stream, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to be honest. Just going to lay down and go to sleep. I like seeing these ingots right here in sand blue. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so for the wall, it went right here. So pretty dang cool. Oh, for some reason, my computer doesn't want to move. All right. How's your dog Porthos doing, John? Okay, so I see. All right. Now above this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful bay window. And I like that they used the 1x1 round plate with a hole in it so that these little candlesticks can slide right in there, and it looks like it's continuous, although it's really separate and it doesn't actually lock. It's a nice little decoration piece. Oh boy. All right, I'm closing it. I'm gonna reopen the PDF. It's just not. It wasn't doing anything. Okay, it's moving a little bit better. Cool. I definitely missed something here. Oh, shoot. Did I really do that? Yeah, I did. Okay, I got to take off the wall here because I left Dracula's picture off of here. There we go. All right, on to another bag. Bigger and better things, I guess one could say. Hello, Super Doom King. How you doing? How is your Saturday afternoon going? I'm assuming it's afternoon for you. Things are just peachy over here. Absolutely peachy. Good morning, fools. Well, there's a sight for sore eyes. How you doing, man? How is your Saturday going there, Mr. Yeti? Any more? That's right. You're in the UK. Forget that. So it's definitely evening for you. Any more Target packages in the mail there, Yeti? Or I'm good. So you tell me I have a face for radio. Yes, but I have a voice for print. Oh boy, the silliness continues. Anyway. Oh, Netherlands. Okay. Yeah, I forget, and I apologize. I'm the kind of person I remember details, but I remember them to the wrong people. So I'm always giving people credit for stuff that doesn't belong to them. So I apologize. That is a known issue. There is no patch or fix in the works. Sorry. How's that for the former IT guy speak, huh? So in the Netherlands, are they still? I know that. Oh, I don't remember. I was a kid, so probably 80s. They were building those dikes and pumping out the water. So they were actually building neighborhoods and towns and farmland below sea level. Are they still doing that? Do they still build those giant dikes out there and pump out all the water? Just curious. I mean, I actually think it's pretty cool how they reclaim land like that. Sometimes, but not as much. Okay. Yeah, I do remember a story when I was a kid, and again, I don't remember the age but I remember them finding they did that once where they reclaimed some land and they found an old American bomber from World War II that had been under the ocean for a while. I I've never been to the Netherlands. It's somewhere I want to go. Um, I don't know what common last names are there, but I used to know a couple. They had kids and everything growing up, and they had come from the Netherlands to the States, and they had been there long enough. They got their citizenship in the U.S., but their last name was Marteris, and I don't know how common of a last name that is um, where you're at. But anyway, they were good people. In fact, I attended. He died when he was like 81, 82, and I attended his funeral. Um, his son Robin was my age, and I think they had a daughter, Wendy, if I remember right. I didn't know her that well because she was a few years older than me. There's loads of World War II relics all over Europe. Yeah, I'm World War II is a subject that I like a lot. I've got a few books on it, and I don't like the destruction and that kind of stuff. I like the history though of like, well, for instance, the politics. What made it possible for a man like Hitler to even be in power? And you got other politics, like you have countries that didn't build up the military the same as your as Hitler, so they really couldn't stand up to him that well, and so they tried to placate him and couldn't, and those kind of things. Those are the things I like about it, the actual history, and I guess what you could say is the human cost to it, the human element. Oh, wow. There was That's not a name that sounds okay. All right. There was an old bunker I and my friends used to hang out at. That's cool. Yeah, there was a. It was only like, I want to say like 4 episodes on Netflix, but they had a thing about these friends that used to go out and hunt for World War II relics, and they found some bunkers too. And yeah, I thought it was pretty dang cool, man. But I think YouTube only did 4 episodes and they stopped doing it. This is not World War II related, but my son and his friends, we used to live on a military base because my wife being military, and there's signs telling you to stay on the trail. Well, my son and his friends were out on the trails around the neighborhood, and they came across this I don't know how to put Lego together. They came across this thing that had a little bit of metal sticking out, and they came home and told me about it and took me to it. And then I knew immediately. I'm like, yeah, we're not disturbing that. And so we end up calling. There's a number on the signs telling you stay on the trail. And sure enough, they came out and they found an unexploded bomb, military bomb. And come to find out, they took our neighborhood. It used to be a tank range, and they just put 6 feet of dirt on top of it and built a neighborhood on top of it. And they were hoping that would shield it from any sort of, that sort of thing happening. It just happened. Didn't really work though, because the area was very swampy and the water table was really high. And so whenever it rained heavy, it seemed like new things would always pop up, kind of like what happened in my yard all the time. So anyway, yeah, they kind of dangerous there. All right. Well, I'm excited we're putting a roof on this room, because that means we're getting pretty close to being done with this little section. And we can move on to something bigger and better. And what's bigger and better? Well, in this case, the next floor is actually it's like a music room and stuff. It's got like an old pipe organ and some other stuff. So this next level coming up is pretty cool. It's some next level stuff, if you know what I mean. Wow, look at that. And this is a crazy building techniques right here. Building Technic bricks with a pin, not even in a straight line. All right, we've conquered another bag. Let's conquer another, shall we? Now, I will criticize Lego a little bit here. Adding all this foliage so early really makes it a hazard, because they have you keep flipping this thing around, this build, to get to parts of it. And as a result, you're constantly touching the foliage that you just put down and knocking it off. So that has been part of the disaster of this build. I do still like the build. It doesn't make it a crappy build. It just makes it a difficult build. Because honestly, I wish Lego would do more sets like this more often. I really, really love these sets, and I mean that. Boy, I'm striking out altogether, aren't I? Okay, let's see. All right, it's getting interesting with this little foliage and how unique it is. All right, let's go here. Oh yeah, that's unique. All right, okay. There we go. Okay, so now we're building the trap door, and that's a feature of this. I love this trap door. You'll see it in a minute when we get it built. And how do I know? Because I've already built a copy of the set. I've got 2 of them. I built the first one and did a review on it, and also did a time-lapse build. Now I need to edit the time-lapse build. I've started it. I need to finish it. It's 21,000 pictures, so as you can imagine, it's going to take me just a little bit of time to get through all that. Tomorrow is the family dinner, the monthly family dinner that we have. So I don't know if a live stream is going to be possible. Like I said, it really all depends on how much I get done today. If I get enough done today, then I can definitely do the live stream tomorrow morning. But if I don't, I can't. So just please watch for your notifications, and hopefully I can know here shortly. All right. Okay, and I think this is the crazy part. Yeah, this is the crazy part. I don't know how or why Lego did it this way, but you have to fish your fingers through a door to set this up. So let me. That can't be right, because if that really is what I think it is, oh, it's not. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, it was way easier than I thought. Okay. So you've got this trap door that comes up to here, and then you can cave it in on somebody. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and finish this bag up. And I have to be really careful because this is where, when I built it the first time, it all collapsed. It's kind of weak over here. Well, this is some amazing progress because I'm just thinking back to when we first started this build this morning. It was barely, we were just like 2 bricks up. That's it. We've gotten all this done today. It's been really nice. This is where I'm having trouble because weak. Don't get me wrong, this is a great build, but because the building techniques, there are parts of it that are very weak, and I broke this set a few times putting it together. Okay. Oh, we're on that was step 500 right there. My goodness. All right, we're going to make this right here the last bag for today. I'd love to stop and do more, but I got to be honest, I got some things I need to get to, so. So yeah, this is like a ballroom that we're building right here. It's actually, when you guys see the finished product, I think you'll be just as amazed as I was when I finished it the first time. Yeah, I can tell my own future. I'm going to be going back to bed. That's what it is. You know, actually, I bought a car once. It's actually the car that Spencer used to drive. And I was cleaning out the trunk after I bought it, and I found an unspent 50 cal bullet in there. Because you said you found a bullet. Yeah, I did too. But it wasn't from World War II or anything. It was just kind of there. All right. Well, I do appreciate you guys being here with me. If you would, though, I would ask that you hit the like button. It's kind of the cost of admission, although admission is free. And if you don't like this hour, the next hour is free. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going for another hour, and you don't pay anything anyway. I'm just joking around. All right. Let's see. This tile piece that has a triangle kind of on top. I forget what shape that is. That is one of my favorite tiles. I am so glad Lego came out with those. They open up a world of possibilities for doing floors and stuff. And also, if you didn't notice, it was used as a tombstone thing earlier in the set. There we go. Mine is out for delivery right now. Can't wait. Rob, it's a great set. You will definitely enjoy putting it together. I will say be a little careful though, because the set is fragile, more fragile than the typical Lego set. And also this greenery they put around here, or foliage, whatever you want to call it, it's not really green. It's when you're doing all the spinning that the instructions call for, moving it from one side to the other, you tend to knock it off pretty easily. So just a word of caution. It's not a bad set though. It's actually really good. And I hope you thoroughly enjoy putting it together. And if you have kids and you can put it together with kids, I'm sure they'd enjoy it too. That's one thing my granddaughter and I, when we do hang out, we usually put at least a few Lego sets together. And if it's out for delivery, that means today, right? I just realized that. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow. Did you get any of the other Series 5 sets? Just this one, okay. Well, everyone, that's bags 1 through 24, which actually, ironically, puts us exactly halfway through the build. And it's taken 3 live streams to get here, so maybe another 3 to get it done. I don't know. But I will say this, guys. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. So far, like I said, the set's just, I mean, it's just a whole wad of awesome. I love this set. The staircase is something that I just can't get over. I love how it just kind of curves its way up, and they did a really good job here. Anyways, if you guys would hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, that kind of thing. If you're watching over on Rumble, give it a rumble, follow the channel. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon, evening, and be good to each other and stay safe out there. I'll certainly catch you on the next one.